All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. As you can see, everyone should be able to see my opening screen. If for some reason you can't, just let me know, but everyone should be able to see this. We're going to be looking at compliance guidelines for Synergy worldwide. And I had a bunch of different images that I was looking to choose for today's presentation. I decided to go with this one here, not because Synergy makes it confusing for us, but simply because there is information that we need to be aware of so that we can be in compliance with Synergy worldwide. And the main reason why is because we need to protect ourselves as well as Synergy worldwide so that we don't make statements or do things that are going to get ourselves into trouble or Synergy worldwide into trouble. And in the world that we currently live in, you've got to be really careful in terms of the things that you say and in the things that you do. In today's presentation, what I want to do is I want to give you access to where this information is at. So I'm going to make this PDF available to everyone on Tuesday's newsletter when it goes out. And in this PDF, I will have direct links that will take you to information that's on the Synergy in the Synergy back office. Sometimes it's difficult to find this information in the Synergy back office. So I'm going to give you direct links so that you can be able to easily find this information. And as we go down through here, the main source where everything starts off is the policy and procedure manual for Synergy worldwide. So this is a direct link to the US version because every country that Synergy operates in has its own policy and procedures manual. Now, everyone that's on today's call in today's presentation, you're all working out of the US operation, whether you're in Barbados, like some of Timothy and Donald are in Barbados, but you work under the US version of Synergy worldwide. And so the policy and procedures for the US operation is what would apply to you. If you have distributors in another country, like say United Kingdom, again, there would be a separate policy and procedure manual for the United Kingdom that you would want that person to be aware of. And I pulled up the information that's on page 13 of this policy and procedure. And I want to start here, and then I want to begin to break this down into some other segments that I think are much more valuable. But it's important to start here. Marketing and product claims. A team member shall not make any unauthorized representation or sales offers regarding Synergy, its marketing plan, or any of the Synergy worldwide products, including membership fees, medicinal claims, therapeutic claims, or any other representation contrary to that provided by Synergy worldwide. So that last part, contrary to provided by Synergy, provided by Synergy worldwide, that's going to lead us into some other resources that you have available to you to give you some guidance, especially when it comes to products or what I call health systems within the human body that you can't say and that you can say. And it's Synergy has created a really good document for that aspect, and we're going to get to that later on in today's presentation. Continuing, all marketing and product sales representations must be complete, accurate, and truthful as to grade, quality, performance, and availability. A team member can never prescribe Synergy products as suitable for the treatment of any ailment. Appropriate marketing plan and product information is contained in approved corporate literature from Synergy. So again, it just really makes common sense. We just really need to get into our thought process that we cannot represent Synergy products as anything that can cure, prevent any types of diseases. So, it's if you understand my process, like take nitric oxide therapy. You can talk a lot about nitric oxide therapy, especially if you back it up with the scientific information that's out there, where you can talk about how nitric oxide therapy can do these types of things to help benefit a person's cardiovascular system. You just can't talk about it in relationship to how Proaction Plus could benefit that person's cardiovascular system, except through the approved statements that Synergy Worldwide provides for us. And again, we'll come to that in a little bit. Now, going on, income and opportunity claims. No unreasonable, false, misleading claim or other misrepresentations of earnings or potential income may be made by a team member. Income guarantees or expectations of any kind are prohibited, as is disclosure or exhibition of actual or copies of bonus checks or similar evidence. So basically, you got to be careful with regards to any kind of income statement that you want to make about Synergy Worldwide. You can't show your check that you get from Synergy if you've got automatic draft like I do, or I should say direct deposit. It's kind of hard because I suppose you could show them your bank, you take them into your back office of your bank statement, but I wouldn't recommend that. So again, you just can't show that stuff. However, I'm going to show you a document that Synergy has that if you wanted to sit down with a person and help them pick an income level, then you could help them also then understand the amount of work that they need to do to get to that income level. This will make a little bit more sense when I get to that document that Synergy has. So use of specific dollar claims or average earning claims are prohibited. I find that interesting statement because Synergy actually has a document that shows the average earnings based upon levels of advancement in Synergy Worldwide, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. Members determined to be participating in these activities will be terminated. And then the last part of this one here on the policy and procedure is future growth claims. A team member must not imply or assert that additional products or services will be added to the products and services currently offered. Enhancements to the compensation plan are forthcoming. Additional countries, territories, or areas are to be opened by Synergy. Now, with that said, I personally have got flagged from Synergy Worldwide because in all the YouTube videos that I had up for our Synergy family, part of my introduction and my last paragraph, in my introductory paragraph and in my last paragraph, the kind of the bookends for all of my descriptions for the videos that I had up on our Synergy family had the term residual income in the first paragraph and the last paragraph. And Synergy Worldwide flagged me. They're using an outside company with some type of database that they're using to be able to go through social media content, which would include YouTube videos, Facebook, I'm sure, Instagram, and a whole bunch of other places where they use a program to be able to find these terms and things that you might be doing that would not necessarily be in compliance. And so I got flagged for what's called residual income and was asked to remove that completely off of my videos. And they only flagged me for one video. But once I began to go through this process and I saw that it was also on my other videos, I just decided, because there were 320 videos that I had to go through and edit, I just edited it all. And basically, the thing that I did is not only did I remove that, but in areas where my description really wouldn't make sense for me to remove residual income in that paragraph, all I did is I changed residual to additional. And so here's my suggestion to you when you're talking about the Synergy compensation plan, so that you can have something that you can say to people that's not going to get you in trouble with either the government or with Synergy Worldwide. And here's what I would suggest. You can create cash flow for your Synergy business through customers. Synergy's Elite Rebate pays you a 25% commission on the CV of any product orders on your Tracking Center 1. These can be personal or customer orders. And you can earn additional income through basic commissions, mega matches, and leadership bonuses as you develop the distributor side of your Synergy business. And although I haven't vetted this with Synergy Worldwide, I don't see anything in those two paragraphs that would create any flags from Synergy, nor any flags from the federal government, because you're accurately you're accurately describing your Synergy business, because our cash flow comes through customers, through the elite rebate, which pays you a 25% commission on the CV volume of, the CV of any product orders on your Tracking Center One, and that Tracking Center One CV can be from personal or customer orders. So there's nothing in that statement that causes any problems. And then all I've done on the residual income, which historically has been used in network marketing, but for whatever reason, the government doesn't like that term. And so Synergy wants us not to use that term. So just use additional income. You can earn additional income through basic commissions, mega matches, and leadership bonuses. Doesn't mean that you're going to get it. It's additional income as you develop the distributor side of your Synergy business. And that's where those income streams come from. So those two paragraphs is my way of not having to get bent out of shape, that I can no longer use the term residual income. Just change the residual to additional income and shouldn't have any problems. Now, with that said, there are some additional PDFs that I discovered in Synergy's back office that will help you navigate a bunch of different processes. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview, and then I'm going to switch my screen over to my other browser window and go through some of these things in the remaining time that we have. So basically, the PDFs that will help you in being compliant are found in guides and manuals. This is the direct link to it. Again, I'm making this a PDF available to you on Tuesday's newsletter. I'll most likely go into our Synergy family and add this section into our Synergy family so you can also find it there. But in the guides and manuals, they have a PDF for earning statements. They have a PDF for Synergy Worldwide Unilateral Minimum Advertising Price Policy Effective. And you can see they just put this in place a little over a month ago. And then a guide to acceptable product claims. Can I say that? Website tips and guidelines, product reselling, social media tips. So let's flip over here. So this is the master area where you can find a lot of great information on things that you can and cannot do or say in Synergy Worldwide. And you'll notice that this is both in English, like policies and procedures, as well as in Spanish. Synergy's minimum advertising price map policy, it's in both Spanish as well as in English. So all of these things are in Spanish as well as in English. And it's important for that because, we have a very robust Hispanic population here in the United States. If you end up with some either customers, or if you end up with distributors that want to be able to market to the Hispanic population, again, this information is important for them to have, and having it in the native language of Spanish would be also helpful. And the first place that I want to start with is this guide here to acceptable product claims, because that's typically where a lot of people get themselves into trouble. They say something in social media, and because of the way that they've said it, they get flagged and they have to change it or remove it. And so it's important for us to understand this process. And so I've got it pulled up here in English. This is a wonderful document. It's a guide to acceptable product claims. Can I say that? And as you scroll down through here, it is broken down into body systems. So the first one that they start with is the circulatory system. And I'm going to go down to this last one here. I've had several people call me or email me asking if Proaction Plus can treat glaucoma. In fact, on the Tuesday night webinar that I do for the Barbados group, I got specifically asked that question. And, I cannot say that Proaction Plus can benefit a person with glaucoma. But what I can say is that Proaction Plus supports healthy eye function. So all you can do is have a person use the product and see how it benefits them. And the nice thing about this document that they put together is it tells you the things that you can't say. Supplements don't, supplements may. So you need to focus on the right-hand side of this document and make sure that you're not saying the things on the left-hand side. So you can't say that it's going to lower cholesterol. You can't say that it's going to lower blood pressure. But what you can say is it can help maintain blood pressure already in a normal range. Or if you're going to do a social media post about a person that you've aided with blood pressure, then when you do your social media post, you don't talk about how Proaction Plus helped them lower blood pressure. What you say is, I helped one of my clients discover the power of nitric oxide therapy. And this person had high blood pressure. Their readings were, I'll just use my wife as an example. Her readings were 160/90. And when she applied nitric oxide therapy, it took her blood pressure down to 112/68. That's the power of nitric oxide therapy. If you have questions on, DM me or call me, so you can then create interest based upon nitric oxide therapy, but don't create especially if you're using a person's testimonial of what has happened to them on blood pressure. Speak in terms of nitric oxide therapy. Do not speak in terms of Proaction Plus. Now, if you're talking about yourself personally, that would be a question with Synergy Worldwide to know whether you could actually use your own personal testimonial with what Proaction Plus did for you for your high blood pressure. But if you're speaking in terms of a client that you're using, you cannot use the Proaction Plus at all. So again, speak in terms of nitric oxide therapy. Let people know, hey, I helped one of my clients understand how nitric oxide therapy could address their high blood pressure. They started out with a blood pressure of 160/90. They applied nitric oxide therapy. Their blood pressure now runs 112/68. If you or a family member have high blood pressure, call me and I'll let you know how nitric oxide therapy can be beneficial for you or your loved one. And then you use that to create the interest so that you can have a conversation, because in that conversation, they're going to ask you how. And then the answer to the how is always, well, my product of choice or our product of choice. And then when you do that, again, I don't have this up here. You can find in our Synergy family when you go onto the marketing, on the nitric oxide therapy marketing page, I've got a video on there, your unique selling points. Well, here are the unique selling points for Proaction Plus that are taken directly from information that's from Synergy Worldwide. It's recognized by the medical community as, quote, the highest quality L-arginine supplement in the world, end of quote. It's clinically proven to produce higher levels of nitric oxide and do it more rapidly than L-arginine alone. It's clinically proven to prevent vascular inflammation. And the beauty about this product is there's 262 verified quality assurance steps that go into the manufacturing of this product. And because of that, Synergy Worldwide is so confident that this product can help you that they give you a 120-day money-back guarantee on your initial product purchase. So those are the unique selling points for Proaction Plus. And nitric oxide therapy, well, our product of choice or my product of choice is Proaction Plus, and here's the reasons why. And those reasons that I just gave you, you can find those reasons in documentation from Synergy Worldwide that allows you to say those things. Now, again, I would suggest that you go through here, because depending upon where your marketing strategy is at, will help you understand the things that you can and cannot say. So if you're going to focus on the circulatory system, you could say something to the effect that, would you like to maintain blood pressures already in the normal range? Or you could say, let's see, would you like to support cognitive function and diminish age-related memory loss? You could put that as a question to create interest. So again, it gives you some ideas in terms of the things that you are able to do and say. Again, they come down here with acceptable claims and unacceptable claims. So it allows you to, again, understand what you can say without getting yourself into trouble, and things that you, if you do say, you're going to get into trouble. You know, I've had many people ask me, you know, will Proaction Plus help me with arrhythmias? And again, I have to tell them, look, you're asking me a question. I can't tell you that the product has not been clinically proven to benefit in that area. I can tell you that the research shows that when you improve nitric oxide levels, sometimes those things go away, but I can't tell you that Proaction Plus is going to do that. But I can tell you that Proaction Plus is a clinically proven product. It's clinically proven to produce higher levels of nitric oxide and do it more rapidly than L-arginine alone. I can tell you that this product is clinically proven to prevent vascular inflammation. I can tell you that this product is actually recognized by the medical community as, quote, the highest quality L-arginine supplement in the world. And I can tell you that this product has 262 verified quality assurance steps. So you could put it to the test. And if it doesn't help you, then Synergy Worldwide believes so strongly in their product that they give you a 120-day money-back guarantee on your initial purchase. So put it to the test. If it helps you, great. Then you can make the decision whether you want to continue with the product. And if it doesn't meet your expectation, well, then we're just going to return the product back to the company and get you a full refund on the cost of the product. So again, it's always about redirecting. When you get a question with regards to something that you cannot directly answer, then redirect it, as I just did in the presentation I just gave you. Now, digestive system, again, what you can and can't say: alleviate bloating, gas, and stomach pain. Can't say that, but I can say it's going to help you prevent. So if a person asks you, well, is it going to help me with my bloating? Is it going to help me with my gas? Is it going to help me, with my stomach pain? My answer back to them, I appreciate where you're coming from. I can tell you this: the product is going to help promote your digestion. And if you improve your digestion, maybe those other things will go away. The nice thing about the product is Synergy Worldwide offers a 120-day money-back guarantee on the product. So my suggestion to you is, let's put it to the test. And then you'll find out whether it helps you in those areas or not. If it does, then you make the decision whether you want to continue with the product. If it doesn't help you, then we're going to return it for a 100% money-back guarantee on the cost of the product. Again, it's all about how you position information. So if a person, again, asks you something that you can't directly say yes to, redirect it. I appreciate what you're asking, but all I can tell you is this product promotes digestion. It assists with occasional heartburn. It aids with gastrointestinal issues. Again, being familiar with this document, even printing it out and having it in front of you, helps you, especially if you're going to be marketing to people who have digestive issues. Continue on. Glandular systems. Again, there's a whole bunch of things, supports male potency. I mean, it's a big issue with regards to men and ED issues. So again, it supports male sexual performance. And if you want, where if you're dealing with a man who has an ED problem or erectile dysfunction problem, my suggestion is, again, talk in terms of nitric oxide therapy. There's plenty of, if you talk in terms of nitric oxide therapy, you can say to the guy, look, If you've got an ED problem, then you most likely have a nitric oxide problem. In fact, I've got a great video on how nitric oxide addresses sexual health issues in men. Would you like me to send you a link to that video so you can see specifically how nitric oxide is key to your sexual health? And then you send them the video. Video doesn't talk anything about Proaction Plus. It only focuses on nitric oxide, because for a man to have an erection, if you don't have nitric oxide, you're done. No, nothing's going to happen. So again, they begin to understand the importance of nitric oxide. So the question then becomes, well, how do I get my nitric oxide levels up? Great question. There's a lot of different ways, but L-arginine is key. L-citrulline is key. There's other ingredients that are key to help you optimize this. And so my product of choice is Proaction Plus from Synergy Worldwide. And why? Well, it's recognized by the medical community as, quote, the highest quality L-arginine supplement in the world, end of quote. It's clinically proven to produce higher levels of nitric oxide and do it more rapidly than L-arginine alone. It's clinically proven to prevent vascular inflammation, because if you watch the video, you understand that vascular inflammation is a part of the problem. And then you can put it to the test. There's 262 verified quality assurance steps that go into the manufacturing of this product. Because of that, Synergy is so confident in their product, in being able to help people, that they give you a 120-day money-back guarantee. So purchase the product, put it to the test. If it doesn't help you, because you'll know, we'll return the product for a full refund. And if it helps you, then my suggestion is continue on the product, because you need the nitric oxide levels to be able to take care of some of those issues. Again, it's all about learning how to redirect the conversation into areas that you're not going to get yourself into trouble with. Specifically, talking about nitric oxide therapy as a way of helping, so that you can create the interest. And then when the question is, well, is there a product? Well, there's a lot of products that are out there, but my product of choice, or our product of choice, and again, you have that information there that's already been approved by Synergy Worldwide that you can say about Proaction Plus. Again, continuing the I'm going to have, even though it's a simple word to look at. Anyways, looking at the liver and stomach and other areas, the immune system, what you can and cannot say, the intestinal system, what you can and cannot say, the nervous system, what you can and cannot say, the respiratory system. Again, this is really important, especially in the COVID-19 pandemic, that you don't associate anything with Synergy Worldwide with helping people to alleviate their COVID-19 symptoms or prevent them from getting COVID-19. Now, if you want to talk in terms of the research that's on vitamin D3, you know, the importance of vitamin D levels in the bloodstream and how the research shows how that is important for helping to reduce your risk for getting COVID-19. And if you do get COVID-19, reducing your symptom severity and improving your outcome. Again, talk in terms of vitamin D, and vitamin D3 is the best way of getting vitamin D into your system. And then when people come to you and say, well, do you use a vitamin D3 supplement? You can then transition that into, yes, I do. In fact, I take vitamin D in a couple different ways. And then you can go into, you know, the Synergy Prox. Maybe, you know, the person only is interested in vitamin D. Well, the vitamin D3 chewables. You know, I just talked to a friend of mine who's in my church group. They want to get their vitamin D levels up. You know, I suggested the chewable vitamin D3 from Synergy Worldwide. You know, they understand the importance of vitamin D to improve their immune system. They've been taking a capsule that's 1,000 international units. And I told them that they would most likely be better served with a higher amount of intake And I talked to them about the chewables, that each tablet is 2,500 international units of vitamin D3. It's chewable. It gets into your system faster than a solid tablet that you're taking. And so they decided that they wanted to try that product. Again, it's all about positioning information in relationship to what the person is trying to achieve. Now, structural system, urinary system, general health. So this is just a great document that you have available to you that helps you from a health standpoint be able to understand what you can and what you can't say, and then be able to shape your message, whether it be on social media or other ways that you're talking to people, so that you create interest for them to want to know more information. Now, I want to go to this earnings statement, because one of the things that Synergy talked about is that we're not supposed to show earnings statements, but they have this addendum. And I like this addendum. This is the gross compensation paid to U.S. members in 2018. So it's about 2 years out of date, but this is what Synergy provides for us. They give you a PDF to this. And the nice thing about this is you can scroll down here. I'm going to increase the size of this a little bit. So they show you rank, average monthly commission, average annual commission. So it would be interesting to use this document when you sit down with a person who wants to become a Synergy distributor and ask them the question, well, in your first year, what would you like to make in terms of your compensation from Synergy worldwide? And depending upon what that person tells you, you can then help them see what level they would have to get to in Synergy worldwide to be able to achieve that, and whether that level is within striking distance based upon the amount of time and effort they want to put into their business. So, for example, if a person said to me, well, I want to make $100,000 in Synergy business. Okay, well, here, let me pull up this document for you. You can see that you'd have to be a team director or a team elite to be able to achieve that. I'm going to let you know now that if you're going to be a team director, you got a lot of work to do. You're going to have to attract a lot of people as other team members into your Synergy organization. Now, it's not that it can't be doable in a year's time, but you need to make a full-time commitment to this. Or you need to have access to other people in network marketing that really understand network marketing and can build for you and help you build an organization underneath you of like-minded distributors who are, again, building Synergy business for the additional income that can come. You notice I almost said residual income, and I'm learning to get rid of the residual, and I added additional income. Learning how to achieve additional income through Synergy's compensation plan with their basic commissions, mega matches, and leadership bonuses. So again, let's have a strategy, where I can sit down with you and I can show you what you would need to do to be able to achieve this. And again, it helps you to help that individual better understand the amount of work that they're going to need to do to reach that income level, and are they willing to put in the time and effort to get there? If they're only going to look at doing 4 hours a week, that's not a realistic goal for them. You can say, well, let's focus on getting to either the silver or gold level by the end of the year. Because your time commitment isn't enough to get you into these other leadership positions. So again, it becomes a document that you can use that can help a person identify a rank advancement, and then you can show them on paper how to get to that rank advancement, and the power of the mega match to help them in regards to the additional compensation that they're going to need to be able to achieve the financial goals that they want. Now, I also wanted to pull up this document, Synergy's minimum advertising price. So I noticed that this is a new document. It was put out in February of this year, and it's a document that is designed to be able to give Synergy a legal position with regards to people that either have their own websites to sell Synergy products, or they're, again, it's a straight violation to go up onto Amazon or eBay or any of the auction sites to sell Synergy products. But you could sell Synergy products through Facebook, or you could sell, because Facebook is not an auction site, you could sell Synergy products on your own website. For example, I have my own website, danhammerhealth.com, and I have to show what is called the minimum advertised price. That's, I don't know why they call it MAP, but that's just their acronym, MAP. The MAP price, the minimum advertised price, is the wholesale price. So for example, on my website, if I show one box of Proaction Plus that a person can buy, I have to show that at $70 US. I can't show a discount for it. I can show it for more than that if I want to, but that wouldn't make sense. So you have to show the prices that you would see if you went to the Synergy Worldwide website and you pulled up the products on their website, the wholesale pricing, that is the pricing. You can't show anything less than that for the products from Synergy Worldwide. Now, with that said, you can always do the following, and I found this would be interesting. Direct or indirect attempts to circumvent this policy also violates this policy. However, it is not a violation to advertise that a customer may call for price, text for price, or email for price, as long as no price is listed and no automatic call, text message, or bounce back email is used in response. So if you want to advertise on Facebook that you have the Synergy products, and if a person's interested and you want to sell to them directly for something less than the wholesale price, then you can't put the price up there, but you could just have a person call you for price, or text you for price, or email for you for price. And then through a call, a text, or an email, you could send them, maybe you sell it for $60 as opposed to $70. You can't do the $60 on Facebook, but you could call for price. And if you talk to them over the phone, or you texted them, or you emailed them, you could offer them the lower price. So again, I'm not going to make any comments whether this is right or wrong. I'm just letting you know that the information is there. And if you are selling outside of the normal process of having Synergy do all your product fulfillment for you, then you really most likely need to read this document about Synergy minimum advertised pricing. And again, on the PDF that I created, you'll have a link to it. And then there's other things that are up here, web tips, product reselling, social media tips, and some of these are better than others. But the one to me that you really want to focus on is this guide to acceptable product claims. Can I say that? And again, there's one in English and there's one in Spanish. So with that said, do I have anyone that has any questions with regards to things that I've shared with you so far? And if so, you'll have to unmute yourself, because if I unmute everyone, we'll have too much background noise.
Hello, Dan. It's Donald.
Yes, Donald.
Thanks for the presentation.
You're welcome.
Awesome. I need this because there are times, since Synergy added stuff, we haven't gone back here. And it's good to know that I can find stuff that would help me. But just the word, the pronunciation that you were looking for was hepatic.
Thank you. Anyone else with any questions or comments before we say goodbye?
Good morning, Dan. This is David. Good morning.
Good morning, David.
I had a question. Could you go over the pricing again? What did they say about the pricing? What we are and are not allowed to say about pricing?
So again, you'll most likely want to read this on your own, David, but we cannot on any of our websites that are, if you use the Synergy replicated website, the pricing's all there. But if you use your own website that you design on your own and you show Synergy products, the price, if you're going to put price on it, you can't show less than the wholesale price. So for example, if you showed one box of Proaction Plus on your personal website, you couldn't offer that at $60. You have to show it as $70. That's the minimum pricing. Whatever Synergy has for one box, if you're showing two boxes, the minimum price for Synergy worldwide is $120. If it's 3 boxes, it's $165. If it's 4 boxes, it's $200. So you can't show less than that. But if you didn't want to put pricing up there, you could always put, call me for price. Does that?
Well, excuse me, Dan. Could we say something consistent with if we wanted to put up a website, and of course stay consistent with the Synergy prices? I understand that's fair enough. Can we? Is there anything in the compliance policy say anything about receive $10 off on your first order of $100 or more? Is there anything like that in the compliance? That'd be a violation.
Let me see if I can find it. Offering coupons, discounts, reseller rebates, or other inducements that, when applied, result in a price lower than the MAP, including through use of a store-wide sale, promotional code, or other similar provision that can be applied to Synergy. So that would be such advertisements that violate this MAP policy include, but are not limited to. So no, so you would not be able to show on your website that they would be able to, you could offer them a coupon or a discount or a sale on the Synergy products. Okay. Now,
next question.
Let me finish on this.
All right.
So from a marketing standpoint, what you could do is when that person, again, if the person's buying the product from you, that's one thing. If the person's, if you're doing them through Synergy worldwide for product fulfillment, that's a different track. But what you could do either way is you could then send to that person, if you're selling directly and shipping them the product directly, you could put into that box a coupon for their next order, or you could send them a $10 gift card as a way of saying thank you, that you could use that $10 gift card on their next order. Or if they are buying directly through Synergy worldwide, again, you could send them a thank you and, I appreciate you as a customer. Here's a $10 gift card for your next order on your Synergy products. Okay. So you could do something like that. I would, if you're planning to go down that road, I would still check with compliance just to make sure. But I don't see anything in what I've read so far that would stop you from doing that, because that would be similar to this thing down here where call for price, text for price, or email for price.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dan. And thank you. I just want to say thank you ahead of time for putting everything together. It's really great. The other question I have, the last question, because other people might have questions, is that can you put on the website a gift, for example, a Synergy mug or a Synergy bottle, water bottle or something like that with your first order? Doesn't affect the price. It's just an incentive that you're providing. Does it policy say anything about that?
Okay, so I would say that you would be able to do it. I would still check with compliance, because here, this line here, the advertising of free shipping is not a violation of this policy as long as each offer applies to all or almost all other products offered by a reseller in the same product category. So I would think that you would be able to offer that as a thank you for their order, as long as that was applied universally. So for example, the way that I read this is, if I was selling Proaction Plus, whether it would be one box or whether it be the Jumbo Jar Plus one, if I was going to offer a free gift for their first order, I couldn't say your order has to be the Jumbo Jar Plus one. It would have to be any order. One box, two boxes, three boxes, four boxes, the Jumbo Jar or Jumbo Jar Plus one. I would give them the free gift as a way of saying thank you. And I would assume that that free gift would be the same as free shipping, as long as I'm applying it to all products in that category. Does that make sense?
Right. So I cannot say for your first order of over $200 or more. I can only say for your first order, period. And,
I think, again, I would check with compliance to let them know what you want to do, and then they
Okay.
can tell you what you can do.
All right. Well, thank you again, Dan, for putting this together.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hey, Dan, it's Judy.
Yes, Judy.
So this might also apply for resellers who sell other products on their sites. So I've noticed when I look around for purchasing Proarginine, I get to companies that sell a bunch of different products, different companies using different companies for their products. So this may apply to those people who are resellers, that they can't make a special just for Synergy products, that it has to be, for all the other products on their site too.
Sure. Yeah, you could be absolutely correct on that. And it could be application of both ways that we've talked. Right. And the key is, if you're going to do something like that, again, check with compliance to make sure that you're not going to get into trouble, and let them know what you want to do. Here, I just want to say this about compliance. Compliance is not there to keep us from doing things. Compliance is there to keep us from getting into trouble with the things that we do. So they want to help us be successful, and then they can give us some guidance in terms of the ideas that you might want to implement from a marketing strategy. Am I within compliance? And if I'm not, what do I have to change to make it within compliance? And they'll be extremely helpful in doing that.
Exactly. And I think one of the best things that you talked about is making product claims. Mm-hmm. And they're especially cognizant about that now, because the government is getting on them about product claims. And, just as you said, not saying it's Synergy's D3 or Synergy's Proarginine that does X and X. It is nitric oxide therapy, or vitamin D, or magnesium, or whatever it is.
Yes.
To not just tie the two together.
Correct. Good point.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else before we say goodbye?
Hello, Dan. It's Donald again.
Yes, Donald.
I always like the cover that Synergy provides, meaning that suggested retail price. Because if you remember, when I was in New York, we had an individual, a couple of individuals who wanted to sell above the $70 price, and they thought that was crazy, because if you're asking the person to join you, then it would be shown that Synergy has a price of $70. And I thought it was bad marketing to start out with, because then you would be caught it would be revealed that you were overcharging them in the first place. So I always like that cover that Synergy puts up. And thanks for this presentation. It's excellent.
Well, good. Thank you. All right. Last chance. Anyone else before we say goodbye? All right. I want to thank you for your time today. Everyone, enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you next Saturday. Bye-bye now.